Hey Leo Collective. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Thank you for joining me or joining me again. Let's get into this reading. Somebody could be living in the ATL or maybe from Atlanta or the surrounding areas, because as soon as I said that, I heard what's that girl's name that sings a song and she says it's not Atlanta, that's not Atlanta, or something like that. I can't think of her name. I'm sure somebody knows what I'm talking about. She says such and such is not Atlanta. Blah, blah, blah is not Atlanta. So maybe some of you live on like live in the outskirts or something like that. All right, let's see. 3 cards for Leo. What does Leo need to hear today? You got 3 cards. Perfect. So we have Mirage Dweller 102. The number 102 could be significant. It says lives in a state of waiting for a fantasy that will never satisfy their soul, running after things that seem meaningful but leaves them empty. Now that could be you or somebody around you. So it's like somebody's living in La La Land. Same thing Cancer just got. You could be on a Cancer Leo cusp. So maybe go watch that if so. So it's like somebody's not in reality, having a hard time staying in reality here. Very idealistic. All right, so we have Vicious Cycle number 44. So this is the Wheel of Fortune. It's given rinse and repeat. It says relives and recreates the past in their mind, harshly criticizes themselves for past mistakes, struggles to trust others due to past experiences of cheating. Wow. If this is love, some of you could feel like you end up dating the same people in different bodies all the time, or people with the same traumas, people with the same vices, or shortcomings, or something like that. We have Dead Inside, number 55. Settling out of comfort, not love. Bored and disconnected, wanting different things and hiding their true self. This could be a Scorpio for some of you. Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus, Pisces, Sagittarius, Cancer. You got Page Turner. Cancer just got this one. And a different novel. Interesting. You got an attention seeker. Okay, wait. I'm going to read these last 3. I'm only going to clarify these, though. So 106 is here, 87 and 97. That could be the year someone was born or something like that. 87, 97. August the 7th could be somebody's birthday. Maybe October the 6th or September the 7th. All right, so it says, it's not them you want, it's the rush. You crave the chaos because calm feels boring. Drawn to the thrill, not the person. And then we have different novel. Outgrown each other, hold different mindsets and ideologies, see life and experiences through different lenses in different stages of life. Wow, so you and somebody else on 2 different pages. So you could be really opposite of them, but that could be the thing that makes them so alluring. And then we have attention seeker, constantly seeks attention from their partner or others, prioritizes their own needs while ignoring others, and frequently forgets important dates. Wow. So that could be the kind of partner that you're dealing with here. Or for some of you, if it's you, you know, maybe that's your own energy. I don't know. So it's like 2 people are just on 2 different wavelengths. Now, if this is not about love, because I always say everybody is not here for love. This could just be the energy around you or within you where you are at odds with someone because your energy doesn't align with theirs. So like you 2 have misaligned values, whether that be in a work situation or family or friendship, whatever. Somebody could feel like they just going through the motions, because this is like the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune actually does talk about going through the motions. And this would be like the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. But something is like, I don't know, somebody's beating themselves up. Like somebody blaming themselves because they keep attracting the same kind of person. But that means that the lesson hasn't been learned yet. That's all that means. It's going to take some surrendering here. And kind of letting the chips fall where they may in a situation for somebody. All right, let's see. Could be that you're being tested. Somebody could be failing the same test over and over again because they're not learning the lesson. And it could be really like taking somebody's energy here, siphoning somebody's energy. So like staying in a marriage or relationship where you're bored and disconnected, you two don't want the same things. And like I said, if it's not a love relationship, just make it about whatever you're watching this for. Because people normally watch tarot for their own reasons, right? So if your reason is maybe your finances, flip it to that. If it's your health or whatever it might be, just take it how it resonates. Let's see what's going on. Because y'all know I'm going to try my best to see more than just love, even though these are love cards. I like to push myself. That's why I use them. I just got this deck. I don't know if I used it before. I don't think so. I just got it like maybe 2 weeks ago. And it is on Bob About It's website. I'm a part of her affiliate program, so you can go on her website. It's linked below. It's going to say something like Oracle Cards Mentioned, and you'll be able to follow my link, use my affiliate link, and you'll get a little bit of a discount. Okay, let's see. The Ten of Wands immediately. So yeah, somebody here constantly gets into like one-sided relationships where they overgive, they overextend, they don't know how to say no. It's stressful. It feels like carrying a bunch of dead weight. Maybe even a relationship that feels like it's going nowhere. Look at the 10 Wands. 5 are going down, 5 are going up. So this could be like you two are just moving in 2 different directions here. Sometimes this could talk about something really weighing on you so heavily that it actually makes you sick. And it says it leaves you feeling empty. So Sagittarius, Saturn. What's going on with that? This could be a job though for some of you. Sometimes the 10 of Wands talks about like working and picking up the slack for everybody. And they expect for you to do your job, their job, everybody else's job. And it's like, I'm only getting paid to do mine. You need to pull your weight. So this is anything or anybody around you that it feels like is not giving back to you the way that you give to them. Okay. Somebody could feel like they're running on fumes. Yeah, and a Hermit card. So this is causing somebody to do some soul searching, or somebody needs to. Some shadow work, some soul searching. This might look like for some of you when it comes to relationships, choosing to be single. Like just leaving a dating scene for a while because you're tired of like meeting the same kind of person. Like for some of you, it feels like this doesn't even get to a necessarily long-term relationship. Like you might be meeting people and you know how in the beginning it feels exciting, right? You talk to somebody, maybe you like them, and then like maybe a couple weeks in, a couple months in, you realize it's not your cup of tea, but you keep like on that same loop. It's a vicious cycle. So that could be what this is, like kind of like false starts. And so some of you could be doing a lot of soul searching. Spirit could be saying now, I keep letting you go through this because I'm trying to get your attention about something. The Hermit card is when Spirit wants you to kind of sit down, tune out the outside noise, and tune in to your own intuitive nature, into the signs that you get from Spirit, the guidance that you get. This could be a spirit guide though showing up here for those of you who are struggling with something that's not love related. 10 of Wands talks about one-sided relationships, being taken for granted. Yeah. Feeling like an uphill battle that you're struggling with. And you could even be dealing with this on your own, like quietly, alone. Hermit card is a loner. You could be on the Leo Virgo cusp. Or this could involve a Sagittarius or a Virgo. Some of you could also be just trying to figure out why something ended the way that it ended, or why it continues to play out this way for you. 3 of Pentacles, Capricorn, Mars, and the 7 of Cups. Scorpio, Venus. This is fantasy land. This is what it's talking about right here. A mirage, illusions. Like having really high hopes about something. But it's to teach you. This is a learning curve. Something about 3 years could be significant. It's a learning curve. So let me read this card again. Running after things that seem meaningful but leaves them empty. This could also be like meeting people and they really show up real strong, right? And you feel like, okay, this might actually be the one. So you start seeing the future with them. You start fantasizing about what it's going to look like when y'all move into your house, what your kids going to look like, all of that good stuff. But the reality sets in that it's just high hopes and wishful thinking. This is smoke and mirrors, clouded judgment. But it's essentially telling you it's to teach you something, because this is something to learn from. So some of you are learning a lot of lessons through romantic relationships or certain illusions that you have that I feel like require some level of soul searching. But maybe somebody's struggling. Somebody could be trying to meditate and like they can't, or trying to focus or concentrate and they can't. I also feel like there could be a dream collaboration coming in for somebody. Like it feels kind of like too good to be true. You got the Two of Swords and the Ace of Swords. Yeah. Something is about to clear up. Two of Swords to the Ace of Swords is getting clarity after confusion or being stuck or torn or indecisive about something. And it's just like that aha moment is happening. Some kind of breakthrough is coming. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, there could be good news. Ace of Swords could be good news or communication coming in. Yeah, it could be racing in too. Knight of Swords. And the Justice card is bringing some level of balance. It could involve an air sign, really strong. But it feels like this is maybe more towards the beginning of the year. If this has anything to do with your finances. Yeah, it may feel like you may be confused because you're like, well, why me? Maybe you don't feel like you deserve it on some level. But the top of the year, Three of Pentacles is the beginning of the year, January 1st through the 10th. So the top of the year, it feels like something is playing out here that's bringing you something that feels like a fantasy. But you have a guide that's helping you to get to it through this confusion. But it does require you to shut the outside noise out, because the Two of Swords could be that you have two voices in your head, that you have your voice and somebody else's voice in your head, or your voice in the outside world in general in your head, and you can't make a decision. You feel stuck. This is where you feel very much clear. You got clarity of mind and you're like, okay, I know what I need to do. I know the way forward. But it does require you going backwards here to do some kind of like self-discovery, introspection, taking inventory. For a lot of you, this could simply be the Hermit is looking right at that Ten of Wands. So this could be you like thinking back on how you have given yourself undue stress, how you worried yourself about things that you maybe shouldn't have worried about, or a person that you held on to for too long. And this person could have been your greatest teacher. That's for sure. I feel like that's what this is saying, because this is a learning curve. It's like your fantasies and your disappointments are actually your biggest teacher, and you just kind of have to figure out what the lesson is in it so that you can get that epiphany, that breakthrough, and, you know, move on with your life. What's going on with the vicious cycle? It says believes and recreates the past in their mind. Harshly criticizes themselves for past mistakes. That could be what you're doing. Maybe some of you are struggling to figure out, like, why did I stay so long? Why did I take that disrespect? Whether it be from family, friends, lovers, co-workers, whatever. Just people around you. You could be doing that. Like I said, soul searching. It says struggles to trust others due to past experiences of cheating. And that could be what this is too. Somebody kept you as an option. Some of you stayed in a relationship 3 years, or maybe somebody 3 years older or younger than you. It could be an older masculine. Somebody could also be having issues with their neck or their back or their posture. Ten of Wands and a Hermit card are like issues with your neck and your posture. Somebody might wear like a supportive brace or something on their back. I think that's what they call it. Like when you have scoliosis, you wear that brace for your posture. Anyway, what's going on with the vicious cycle? You got the Queen of Wands and you got the Six of Pentacles. Taurus moon and Aries energy. Aries Mars. I keep forgetting to put the cards up here because I need a thumbnail. I feel like this could be showing me that for some of you, you get a lot of attention, and that you are a person who doesn't struggle at all to get people to, you know, make advances towards you, to try to date you, especially like maybe through your social media or something like that, or just in general when you're out and about. You get a lot of attention. She gets a lot of attention. She is literally somebody that stands out from all of her friends or the crowd. This is somebody that you would notice and double take when you see them, right? And this is your energy. It's Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy. But I do wonder if once you get with people and like the novelty wears off, if they start breadcrumbing you, you know, or some of you may have struggles with confidence when it comes to meeting a person and being able to get back what you give to them. Because you show up as somebody that would be right on the spot for anybody that you love and care about. If they needed you in the wee hours of the morning, you would get up and go and help them. You know, it's like, what do they call it? Pretty punishment is kind of what I'm getting from this. Y'all know it be a lot of people out here nowadays that be wanting to humble the women. They want to humble the women so bad. And they want to make women feel like, oh, once you get a certain age, some of you could be in your 30s. She's 30 plus. So some of you could be like older, you know, mature women, 30 plus, even though that sounds crazy to say older and say 30 in the same sentence, right? But in this day and age where everybody's obsessed with 22-year-olds, yeah, it could be a situation like that. Some of you could also be feeling like your biological clock ticking. You know what I mean? You could be like, look, I need to get with the right person because I'm ready to have some babies. I'm ready to experience what it's like to be a wife. Or if you're a man, like I'm ready to be with the woman that's ready to have my children. You could just be at that stage of your life where you're tired. Or maybe you're even in your 40s and you know that that clock is ticking. The clock starts ticking at about 34. Because I think 35 is considered a geriatric pregnancy. This represents fertility. But I feel like this is saying, like, some of you are like, I'm waiting for marriage. Maybe you already have kids, but you're like, I'm waiting for marriage. Or somebody that's at least talking and showing me that they want some serious level of commitment with me. Because this is about giving as good as you get. It shows me you have a big heart. It shows me you're generous. It shows me you show up for people. But do they show up for you? Yeah, look at you. You're the backbone. You hold people together. You don't mind being a wingman, a wing woman, the star and the strength card. You don't mind being a supporting cast because you don't feel like it takes away anything from you. Like some of you are really good friends. Yeah, look at this. Good friends. 3 of Cups. Look at that. That's a good friend. Somebody you love and trust. Yeah, I feel like you're very supportive. It's your support system, like I said. So, you could be on the Cancer Leo cusp for sure because the 3 of Cups goes right into... Oh, no. I'm tripping. That's the 4 of Cups. Never mind. So we got Aquarius, Leo, and then we got Cancer, Mercury. What's the vicious cycle? You know, the Queen of Wands represents a concubine. She represents a very attractive woman who gets a lot of attention, but because she's so sexy and all of that stuff, sometimes men just want to lay with her. They don't want to be in a relationship. And I feel like this is what you want. I feel like a lot of you too, with this criticism, like if you do feel like you criticize yourself, this is about you remembering who the F you are. That's what the Queen of Wands is all about. Agency, audacity, autonomy, like walking in your power, being confident, being unapologetically you. And I feel like it's mostly centered around your heart. The 6 of Pentacles feels like your heart. Even here, it looks like a little heart is in the middle, right? Even though it's upside down. So maybe this is what this is, like rebuilding your confidence. That's what's coming back into balance for you. You could be like, I look so good. Why would anybody want to cheat on me? This could also be the kind of woman, though. It doesn't have to be that this is you. For some of you, this could be that you're dealing with a person that likes to mess with people and just kind of keep it sexual. 2 of Cups. Yeah, that's a relationship, partnership. Cancer, Venus energy. The 6 of Wands and the Page of Wands. Yeah, somebody is doing a lot of flirting on social media or something like that, or gets a lot of attention. They could be somebody in the spotlight. Now I'm about to flip this for those of you who are not dealing with a love situation, because I have to. I'm still stuck on the love story right now, though, before I move on. So I do see some Leos here that do get a lot of attention. Like Leos usually do not hurt for attention. Some people say Leo likes attention, but I think it's more so that Leo just naturally gets attention. And it's because of what you all represent. You know, the zodiac makes it very clear what everybody brings to the table. All of the different signs bring different beautiful energies, and sometimes some not so beautiful energies. But on the positive side, for you all, the sun. You got the sun here a couple of times in your cards. It's like you bring some element of fun, spontaneity, creativity. You got all of that going for you and a lot of attractiveness. But that doesn't mean that you get the fairness that you deserve, especially in love, right? But there could be somebody here for some of you. It's kind of giving me, I'm getting a very bubbly personality from some Leos here. I don't feel like this is bad at all, but it says harsh criticism. The only thing I could say is for some of you, you just have to watch for other people projecting stuff onto you. Because this Page of Wands, Six of Wands, and Queen of Wands shows me somebody who's very vibrant, who just naturally walks into the room and lights it up and everybody pays attention. Again, stands out in the crowd. And I feel like this is about you meeting like-minded people who can pour into you the same way you pour into them. Because the Queen of Wands is catalyst energy. It's like somebody that's coming into your life to lead you, to guide you, to help you to advance. Now, there is a page here and a queen. So these two are... I got another story in a minute. These two are like really far apart in age. So I don't know if you're in like a May-December relationship, or this could just be showing me different stages of your own life. Maybe some of you right now, what's happening with you is that you're in a space where you're thinking about something creative that you want to do. You feel motivated. You feel ambitious to do it. And I feel like it will bring a lot of positive feedback. It will be well received. This is you making a name for yourself. Could be something online, or something where you're going to be at the podium speaking. This is like motivational speaker. This can even be like being a preacher or something like that. Just being in a space where you give voice to whatever you feel very passionate about. Your passions are showing up here. You feel like you are thinking about doing something, but it's like, are you afraid of the spotlight? Right? And I mean like it being on you to the point where it brings with it criticism, right? Some of you could also be experiencing that, like maybe on social media, if you do have a platform already where people are like taking shots or saying little smart stuff or whatever, that could be some subconscious beliefs that you may have that people are just mirroring back to you from your past. With the Six of Pentacles, with the Two of Cups. Page of Wands does represent good news. Queen of Wands is an enterprising woman. She represents leadership. She represents being a visionary. She's a very forward-thinking person, and she's very independent. Some of you could be wanting to travel. Somebody could be going on tour. Like if you're, I don't know if you're an influencer or you make music or you do something like that. Somebody could be going on tour. Something could really be going viral for you. But you know what, that the flip side of it, because I feel like that's what this is. Six of Pentacles is giving me like two extremes. Like, you know, this is about equal give and take. So I feel like this is like taking the good with the bad. And I feel like if you are experiencing people being naysayers or people taking shots at your art, or, you know, making you feel like they're not in support. Hold on. Yeah, it's definitely giving me like these polarizing energies. Because the Six of Pentacles is about polarizing energies. I mean, they complement each other, but it's like two forces, you know, reflecting each other back to the other. This is also like, don't bite the hand that feeds you. It's kind of a message I get from this now recently, the Six of Pentacles. Some of you could be dealing with a younger person. Well, I don't know. There's an age difference of some kind. I don't know if you're younger or older, because I don't know which one of these people you are. If you are, you could be dealing with a person who does a lot of projecting, and the criticism really is about themselves, but they project it onto you. For some of you, it's showing up in a relationship or a friendship. So who's hypercritical around you? That might be showing up as a bit arrogant, very loud and outspoken, even when they probably shouldn't be. So you could just be giving them back the same energy that they're giving you. That could be what this is as well. But with your finances, it's definitely showing me you being called into a leadership position. This is good news, like I said before, and you being in the limelight, in the spotlight some kind of way, and making money from it. This could be like a big windfall of money. Six of Pentacles usually talks about gainful employment or some financial breathing room coming in. There could be a partnership, a professional partnership as well. that's budding for you right now. Maybe some of you are training somebody. Somebody could be bringing you a gift. Like if you're training somebody, it could be something as simple as I brought you coffee this morning. Thank you for training me. Some of you could definitely be training somebody. If it's not happening now, it could be happening over the next few weeks or so. Okay, what's dead inside? Settling out of comfort, not love, bored. You got the Star, Aquarius energy, your sister sign, the Strength card, Leo energy. Bored and discontent, wanting different things and hiding the true self. Now, this is the stripped down version of yourself. So this is about the authentic version of who you are. The Strength card is our confidence, it's fortitude. What else? Somebody could just be trying to maintain, stay strong and positive, even though they are in a situation that feels like they're fighting a losing battle. But you're doing it with a real brave face, okay? You're just trying to heal through your pain. But that's where the vicious cycle comes in. It's like something keeps looping. Somebody could also have aspirations to be in the spotlight, though. You got all these spotlight cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. You got the Queen of Swords. Libra energy. You got the Five of Wands and the Moon. Wow. 7 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. This could be a 7-year situation. Taurus, Saturn energy. So you got the Moon. Someone's name could be Nina. You got Nina Simone. You got the Five of Wands, which is your energy, Leo. The beginning of Leo season, July 23rd through August the 1st. That could be your birthday window. This is conflict. 5s represent change, usually change that you don't want to see. So for some of you, there is something about like suffering in silence that I see here with dead inside. Some of you could be fighting a lot, but maybe you keep it under wraps. Maybe you even fight back feelings that you want to express for someone, but this could be telling you that you need to speak your piece, stand up for yourself. But you could be trying to keep your composure to keep things peaceful with someone, keep things positive with someone. If this is money related, though, I feel like this is about you asserting yourself, not taking no, even when you come up against naysayers. Like I said before, you come up against even your own mental conflict, your inner turmoil and conflict. You know, this is showing you the domesticated dog and the wild, the wolf. They're normally howling at the moon, and they represent the two. I can't talk. Why can't I speak? Somebody's throat chakra could be blocked. Because I'm looking at how they have this scorpion. Was it a lobster? Lobster climbing up her to her throat chakra. And then she has all of this blue one, which is the throat chakra. Maybe somebody's having trouble speaking. We are almost in Mercury retrograde, so that could be what it is. But yeah, this is about tapping into that balance between the two, like facing your fears. Tapping more into the part of yourself that feels like the wild dog or the wolf. Howling at the moon. Dealing with your emotions. Doing some shadow work. You know, really unpacking some stuff that you may have been holding on to. Maybe you need to speak up. This is blue as well. Maybe somebody's afraid of conflict. Controversy. If it's in the workplace or something like that. Being assertive may be something that scares somebody. Because maybe somebody feels like being, positive is their strong suit. Well, that's true, but sometimes you got to call a thing, sometimes you just do. Yeah, you got your spirit guide showing up. 6 of Swords and the Star, and then the Death card here with the card saying death inside. So it feels like you are being moved away from, I don't know, like you've been waiting for something and you just haven't gotten what you wanted. And it's because they're saying that they know that there's something else better for you. I do see somebody on the world stage here. Like somebody's going to be making a name for themselves. Yeah, the 9 of Cups, another card of being famous, being, getting accolades, being well known, well received. So a wish fulfillment is coming in, I feel like, professionally for you. Now, on the relationship side of things, and that's the thing for everybody, but for some of you, the relationship side of things feels a little bit sketchy. And I feel like it's because you are still possibly learning the lessons. The pages are all about open-mindedness and being willing to learn. And it has something to do with your relationships. 2 of Cups is either friendships, It can represent soulmates. It can represent a marriage. It's a partnership. All right, y'all. I think that's all I got today. I think that's it. So do me a favor, like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment if you so choose, and hype the video if you can. I appreciate it. It really does help my channel. I will see you all the next time. Peace.